Let's go, pal.
Well, hello. Good evening. Oh no, I made Brad panic. Well, I was thinking it may not be the night to stream, but then I saw Brad, and he posted, "You can take it to the bank." It reminded me of my steadfast commitment. And I know, Brad, and hello, good evening, Nick, too. I know, Brad, that you have said in the past that if I ever just don't show up, the next week you'll just pretend that I did show up. And I appreciate that. But, yeah. I decided I could do a late, short stream. Got some stuff done. Not gonna be super long. We're camping tomorrow. No, the bank didn't burn down, Nick. Did Nick show up at the bank? Did you see the padlocks? Didn't mean to scare you, Nick. Sorry. I appreciate that, Brad. I appreciate that. You got me covered. Whatever it takes. So yeah, this week has been about working extra late so I can get. I'm working 9 hours a day, which, that's not like a brutal work week compared to what like real lawyers do. But, for me, I'm used to my comfy, very lax hours. So when I got to work an extra hour and then I got to do other stuff after work, that becomes pretty hectic for me, So like right now, I'm sitting here cooling off, kind of like I've been running around working up a sweat. In Oregon, that could be hard to do, but I did it. Hauling camping gear down the stairs. And then here's to top it all off. Now I'm just going to bitch a little bit about stuff nobody gives a shit about. Just to top it all off, Matus. Matus, are you listening? Wait till you hear this. So we've got a package lobby, and it's, I want to say, it's probably not a quarter mile. We live in a big complex, and there's a central location where there's a package lobby where boxes and things like that get delivered into lockers that then you get a code and you can go open a locker. So it's a pretty good system. But we got a package, and I was like, I wasn't expecting anything. Amanda wasn't expecting anything, but I was like, okay, I'll haul a bunch of this like camping stuff down to the car, and then I'll go walk the long trek to the package lobby and see what this package is. And so got all the way down there and open it, and it's one of the biggest lockers in the package lobby opens up. There's a big ass Walmart box, and I'm like, holy shit. We weren't expecting anything from Walmart like today, or like it came yesterday, but we didn't know, we didn't order anything. But we're like, okay, if you don't get it soon enough, they get taken back. So we don't want to leave it there before we go camping, because it might get, you know, I don't know what happens. FedEx reclaims it. I don't know what they do, but so I bring it all the way back home. It's heavy as shit, and I lug it all the way up the stairs to our apartment. Get inside, and I'm like, well, I wonder what this could be. And I'm about to go get the knife to cut the tape, and I look, and it was like, it was delivered to us by mistake. So let's say my apartment is number 321. This is for apartment 231 or something, like like somebody got the things mixed up. So all that effort. I did order Huel, but Huel doesn't come in a Walmart. Huel comes in its own thing. And but Brad, I did actually I ordered more of that delicious strawberry Huel smoothie powder. It's terrific. Not gritty, maybe just slightly grainy. Heavy, yeah, that's true. Well, I appreciate it. I appreciate you listening for the first time, Matus. Makes me feel good. Makes me feel like it was all worth it. It was all worthwhile coming here this evening, even though it's like 9 o'clock. It's like, it's practically the shushing hour, and I just started my stream. Pretty much, it's pretty rude of me to never like your ACAB. Wait, what's an ACAB tweet? Is that your sports tweets? Hold on. Just because you said that, Brad. I don't understand what you're talking about most of the time. Let me see. Here, look. It's good, Brad. Let's go. I'm just going to go through and like a few of Brad's tweets. But which one is ACAB? What does ACAB stand for? I don't even know what that means. Groomer. Alright. Good. I'm not going to discuss this, but... Oh, geez. Yeah. Alright. Like, your Twitter thing says almost purely political channel, but most of the time when I look, it's about, like, baseball or something. And I'm always like, eh. Here. Wow, Brad. 43 likes on this one. Or am I liking someone else's that you retweeted? Anyway. But I don't want... Yeah, this must be... Oh, you got 43 likes on that tweet, Brad. You're going big. Alright. I don't understand most of what these tweets are about. I'm into the sports tweets now. Should I like the retweets too, Brad? Yeah, the Dayton Flyers basketball and political things. And then occasionally you tweet at me. That seems to be... I'm like the third sub, like, other category of tweets. G-Law tweets. Alright. Alright, Brad. You got so many likes from me now. Hey, what's up, Keith? How you doing? Mr. Animal Lawyer 788. How are you this evening? Yeah, I don't tweet a whole lot. And I appreciate it, Brad, because you're frequently pretty much you and Evie are the most frequent responders. Though Matus does respond sometimes. I think Matus reacts. I don't get a lot of reaction on Twitter, probably because I've never been in the habit of using it to communicate with my audience, so that they're just like whatever, cares. the two people that answer are the only ones that my stuff ends up on their feed. All right. It's a bit complicated, but you're okay. Okay. Well, sorry it's a bit complicated, but I'm glad you're okay. I mean, in some sense, that's the general state of life, but in a more specific sense, and individually, we can encounter more complication. Only Norris the Grey responds. Twitter makes you happy. You know what? Like, I know there are people that just Twitter's like a big place for them. But honestly, most of the stuff I would react to, I wouldn't react to as the gaming lawyer. So, and even actually, now that I think about it, the stuff that I used to react to, like on my personal stuff on Facebook, mostly all I do on my own, like in my real name now, is post like joke memes and stuff anyway. So I could probably do that on Twitter too, but you know, it's the only social media you've ever enjoyed. Oh. Nick, you're a Twitter looker adder. Nick, do you see the stuff I post on Facebook, or are you only on Facebook like every once in a while? You're like, oh, and you look, G-Law posted something. Nick's one of the, I think, 2 people, and it's Nick and Dark Jake are the only 2 I can think of who I've ended up like hooked up on Facebook with, because that's the main social media place where I post, because that's where everybody I know is on Facebook, like including all the, you know, all this old people and my family and stuff, my aunts, and yeah, they're all on the Facebook. You know, it's very inclusive. It's very inclusive in terms of audience. I think my aunt would be like, "What is a Twitter? That sounds dirty. I'm not going there." Oh yeah, I do see you respawn sometimes, Nick. I just wasn't sure if maybe you meant you're not like you pop into Facebook once every couple weeks or something, as opposed to like you're on there every day multiple times or something. Well, is that like admitting, is that like basically not admitting, I mean it's no I don't think it's a mystery that I am a gentleman of a certain age. It's not an outrageously high age, but I ain't one of the kids, you know? And is it that Facebook's like the boomer place, or is it that Facebook's tainted by controversy? Start using metaverse products with the perverts? Well, let's see. What's the stuff I never used Snapchat or the what's the other pictures one that people use? All those picture ones I don't use. And the other video stuffs. Are there other video things that the kids use? I know there was the one with the 7-second ones, but I think they got shut down. They went out of business. Oh, well, I'm not going to address the memes. I'll just say that people that post memes I don't like end up getting put into a special filtered category that I don't see their stuff. Whatever that stuff may be. So, when you see people of a certain mindset, my philosophy is there's no point engaging. There's no reason to engage. It's just better to just not see it. I know it's out there, mind you. I'm not putting my head in the sand. Instagram, that's what I was thinking of. TikTok. Is TikTok still a thing? Okay, thanks. Those are TikTok and Instagram, or the 2 that I was trying to remember. That I think I have an Instagram account, but it was literally only because someone that I knew through YouTube was like, "Hey, look on here for stuff or whatever that I posted." And so I did, and ended up, I think I created an account. I've never put anything on there or used it or done anything with it. I've never done a single post. Twitter is for Gen X. And oh wow, so Twitter is for my generation, and I'm behind my own generation. I'm Gen X. Gen X and older millennials. Instagram is for younger millennials. TikTok is for kids. Okay. Well, thanks for laying that out. So I'm taking that as an actual, probably based in some reality assessment of the hierarchy. So it's just that Facebook is basically where everyone that I know is. So, and that's, yeah. And they haven't moved on. In fact, I'm glad that they didn't try to fight and die on the hill of MySpace. Like, why did I never needed to leave MySpace? But but yeah, I don't like Twitter's well, they increased the character count, but it's still pretty tight, right? You can't do a long, not that I like to do super long posts, but I like to be able to write long posts, and I like for the people that I'm connected to be able to write long posts if they want to. I guess you could write a long post somewhere else and link it to Twitter. That feels dumb, though. Yeah, they doubled it to 288 characters. That's great. And what? And then Instagram is 68 characters. TikTok is 12 characters. I don't know how they work. I just assume that every time you go down a generation, you have people typing less characters. This is not based on any it's just a theory I've got going. Not even a theory, it's a hypothesis. Based on very little evidence. So yeah, this week I haven't been playing a ton of games. But I'm sort of like I'm in a gamer's journey right now. So I played a little. Yeah, they just show some emojis. Yeah, that's right. So is that TikTok? It's just a bunch of emojis. TikTok is one of the more adult social media apps, with them allowing breastfeeding on cam. Huh. Maybe that's why kids love it. They like the breastfeeding. Wait, was I just muted for a minute? I just went to mute to clear my throat, and then I looked and I was afraid I was already muted. And if that was the case, I was like, wait, have I been muted for like 2 minutes and didn't realize it? I think somebody would have said something. G-Law, you didn't talk for 2 minutes. What are you doing? But now I am. Trap. Hold on. All right, that's simulation of reverse muting. That you don't hear anything except when I push the button and clear my throat. What fun times we have here. So I picked up a game called SteamWorld Heist. It's kind of fun. Been out for a couple of years. It's like a turn-based robot shooter sci-fi thing. Kind of cool. But mostly what I've been playing this week is something got me thinking about Star Wars: The Old Republic. So I started playing Star Wars The Old Republic. I made a Sith warrior. It's just a random thing. And then I started watching Orville, which is basically like how some people think Star Trek should have evolved. And then made me want to play a Star Trek game. So the last couple of days I played a little Star Trek Online. Well, this one SteamWorld heist, it just had a ton of good reviews. And then I looked up a little bit about it and thought, oh, that does look neat. And it was on sale for $2.99. So I was like, okay, I can get that shit. So, but yeah, it's fun. I played it for like a few hours, and then I'm sort of like thinking I'm still playing it, but I can also see how maybe the gameplay loop is a little bit too repetitive for me right now. I did see there was at least one other SteamWorld game, because I think they did they start their life on mobile or on some other handheld system and then migrate to other platforms. I know it only ended up on PC after being on mobile, and it may have started on, like, I don't know, what are the handheld things now that the games are on in the last few years, aside from the new Wii U? Is it the Wii U one or the Nintendo? Yeah, that's how I know I'm getting old. You know, the Nintendo Wii's, the Wii U, whatever, Wii UV. So, you know, I wasn't even sure what I was going to stream tonight, but I think I kind of decided. Ah, the Switch! That's right. And hello, Kristen. Mysterious individual, Kristen. Yeah, I made some joke to my wife this evening about me almost being a senior citizen, and I'm pretty sure that the truth of that is just starting to roll out right now. It's like, I shouldn't joke about that. I'm basically like just about a senior citizen at this point. I'm already all forgetful. Are you sure it's not the Wii U though? All those kids, they love the Wii U. But yeah, Switch is, some part of me knows. And it's not like Switch is new either. Switch has been around like 6 years. And hey, Ethan. Howdy, howdy.
45 seconds of gameplay.
So if OBS would be so kind, I have actually launched a game. It doesn't seem like OBS is going to be so kind. Alright. I'll take care of this. Is this how it's going to be for reals?
The counseling staff is hosting an open house at 12.
Reset. Transform. Set. I don't know what I was doing before. I think I had it screwball when I was playing with maybe the Cool Radiance. All right. I still am I'm a little sad that it won't capture my it won't capture the game through regular game capture. But this is Captain Hawk. Captain Lawrence Hawk. I was going to have him of the USS Lawhawk, but I thought that was just getting a little too much, like ramming it down your throats. So I went with an old classic of mine, which is the USS Magistrate. It's a light cruiser. It's a Reliant class. It's good. To get you where you need to go. Doesn't have too many bells and whistles, but you know. All of my characters end up looking like this. I can't make them not look like this. So, there we go. Wii U, Wii U. So yeah, this is where you can. I do like that they let you change your character.
Hello. You can alter your.
You can change your character whenever you want. Except a lot of the different uniform types are locked. They're behind a paywall. So, for example, like I would being of a gentleman of a particular age, I would be inclined to want it to have the uniforms from the movies. These guys. But if I apply it to the thing, I gotta spend 550 of their little special points, and which I don't have, and I don't necessarily plan to buy. So I guess I can't dress up like Captain Kirk in Star Trek 2. But I could at any point completely change the way my dude looks. Be like, hey, let's make him like this. Let's give him this haircut. Let's give him a epic beard. Let's see this epic beard, and I would give him a head covering, except I'd have to pay 25,000 points for that. I don't think that's worth it. But for 6,000 points, which I don't know, I feel like that's probably like I don't know if that's $60. I haven't even checked what this stuff costs. But if that's $6, it could be worth, could be worth this look. Yeah, it's got crappy characters from Voyager. This takes place. Well, I think it may
now
roughly
you're looking sharp.
It may roughly take place about like what right now would be compared to like the series unrolling. Like Captain Janeway is one of the main characters that I've met so far, and she looks like she's got like white gray hair, and she looks like she's how Captain Janeway would look. Let's see if is she in here? Yeah, here she is. Did I talk to her? No, I guess not. There's a quest line I can pick up where I meet her somewhere else right now, except there's so much content in this game. I had to decline a bunch of quests because I realized they were like chronologically. I wanted to start doing the quests in the orders that would make sense story-wise. But there's some, let me see. I think Sulu's daughter's over here somewhere. Yeah, Captain Sulu. Is that her? Was that his grandson? Tell me about yourself. I'm assuming you recognize the name. The Sulus have a long history of service. Hikaru Sulu. I can't tell how he's related to Mr. Sulu from Star Trek, but yeah. Mostly I thought it would be a good game because I'm in Starbase right now and I can just run around. It'd be like a little bit like A little bit like 4 hours in Riften, except it would be 2 hours in Starbase. So, and you can start at different timelines. Apparently, like there's a original series timeline you can start in that will take you to, I think eventually you get time warped into what is the present, like the right now present that I'm running around in. But you can have like the original Star Trek ship with all the old-timey sound effects and everything else. It's kind of cool. And if you're feeling like, if you're like party, you could come to the club. This is where all the coolest people come hang out. There's probably a way to dance. It's Club 47. Boop, 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 boop. Hear that? Feel that thump. Feel that bass. Look at this. How many MMOs got this? Huh? But I tried to have a just slash dance and nothing happened. Dance. It says unknown command. Now I'm like, wait a minute, do they have emotes? Hold on. Dance club. Oh, here we go. Oh my god. Captain Hawk is tearing a rug, baby. Look at that. He's even got like the wild and crazy guy. Look on his face. That's right. This captain knows how to party. All right? Call me a boomer. Well, I'd take some screenshots, post them on Facebook. And everyone will know. They'll know how cool I am. What's the other kind of dance? This was the club dance. Let me see. And there's basic dance. Oh, this is much more tame. This is like when you don't want to stand out. You just want to blend. But yeah, look at that. The floor is pretty badass though. Here, I gotta do the other dance. Look at, there's like, damn, there's like 10 different dances. What is dance mix? Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, he's gonna mix it up now. Raise the roof, baby. Raise the roof. You do it, Captain Hawk. Oh yeah. Whatever. I know that's a one. I think I just found my new favorite thing to do in an MMO. Yeah, I had no idea Captain Hawk had moves like this. So, and the best news is Star Trek Online is entirely free to play. So anyone who's looking at this right now and they're like, holy F, I want to do that. You can. You can for free. Hey, Evie, welcome to the party. How you doing? I'm playing it cool tonight. I'm playing it cool, having some Huel, and dancing. Dancing in Club 47 on Starfleet. How you doing, Evie? Evie, 'twas a thrill. Evie, I posted a picture of the Huel shake that I had for dinner, and Evie said it looks yummy. It was. Yeah, there's a little bit of pay to win. Like, there's ships. Yeah, there's definitely some pay to win going on. So if you were interested in PvE, if you were interested in a lot of cosmetics, if you were interested, like I said, if I wanted to, I love the the Star Trek movie era, like Wrath of Khan uniforms. If I wanted my captain and crew to be wearing those uniforms, I could, but I'd have to spend a few bucks to buy it. I guess you could call it a smoothie or a shake, but I think they got. They call it smoothies. It sort of depends on what I'm making. Like, if I'm just doing like a plain chocolate, then it feels more like a shake. But I guess it could still just be chocolate smoothie. And you don't put ice cream in it or anything. But I put it, but basically it's like a smoothie the way I do it. It's strawberry flavored. The nutrition powder is strawberry flavored. And it tastes kind of like Captain Crunch, like crunch berries in particular. That's sort of what that flavoring tastes like. It doesn't taste like super authentic strawberries, but it's still a pleasant strawberry flavor. And then I add fresh bananas, frozen blueberries. I put a bunch of ice cubes in, and we put it in our blender, which like absolutely shreds. And then it becomes a consistency. Oh, and I put yogurt in there too, plain yogurt, to give it some zip and make it a little bit creamy. And I blend it up real good, and it's sort of just like if you go to Jamba Juice or something like that. That's what the texture ends up kind of being by the time I'm done with it. So yeah, but then sometimes you mix it up. Like I'll get oranges and bananas and make like a orange banana, and then I'll use the vanilla huel, so to be like a orange Julius banana. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Different huel smoothie shake things, whatever. But the question I want to know right now, Evie, is what do you think of Captain Hawk and his moves? Huh? Look at those moves. Has he got his party face on? Hold on. An orange Julius. Exactly, Nick. Oh my gosh, I'm unlocking more dance moves. Oh yeah. I can just do this all night long. Oh yeah. So I didn't have access to those before. They got unlocked as I did them. It seems like they got unlocked as I did them. So sidestep, 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 sidestep. Yeah, I'm good. And running man. Go, Captain Hawk. I heard someone go, woo! Captain Hawk's tearing it up. Let's see. Oh, what's the robot? Do the robot. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Check the oh my gosh. That is some good stuff right there. Look at that. Oh, he's got it down. It's like he's been doing it all his life. Look at that. He's great. He's good at that. All right, let's get back. Let's see. The leg kick. Leg kick. Leg kick. Leg kick. And, okay, go back to club dance. That's where it all started. That's where he puts on his club face. Look at that. That's my favorite, is when he makes that face while he's dancing. He is like, he knows. He's like, ladies, get in line. Because I know I'm all that with these moves. I know what's what, you know? Oh, what does the Keel community think of you cheating by adding actual food? They encourage it. They encourage adding stuff. So, like a lot of stuff people use as base, and they're all vegan, but people like for the savory ones, like the curries and stuff, people will cook and add chicken to it, and you know they'll add all sorts of stuff to it. Just working in their diet. Some people, you know, have it just as a base for a meal and not a full replacement. All right, well, and that'd be cool. You come over here, sit on one of these tables and just be like, yeah, I'm gonna sit on this little bench and look at starships come and go. Hey, see you later, buddy. Can I wave? Alright, well, chat's being a little weird. Oh, here we go. Wave. Hey! So can I only access the emojis by doing this? What kind of MMO wouldn't let you wave? Dance. Just wait, why can't it be /wave? Hey! Hey, all you starships! I'm Captain Hawk. I'm tearing up the dance floor. Come and see me sometime. And what do you all think of that music? Pretty cool, huh? Hip. Here's a line for the bathroom. This guy's been standing here for, well, when this game come out? 2011? Been there for 11 years. Seems a little weird that I can pull out my weapon here, though. Oh. Or just full on, like, that's even kind of subtle. This is what walking around Starfleet. Just be like, yeah. Security, they don't care. They're just like, oh, hey, there's a guy who's got a big-ass rifle running around the club. This game is Star Trek Online. In fact, I can beam to my ship. Let me see. 1 to beam up. Oh, it might take a minute for me to get to my ship. Then I can run around my ship for an hour, and then I'll call it a stream. Maybe I'll do one mission. It reminds you of The Sims. You know what? Actually, now that you mention it, yeah, the faces and stuff he's making when he was dancing, that did look very Sims, like the way that Sims facial expressions are. So this is my ship, the Magistrate. It's basically the exact ship, same ship that's from like Wrath of Khan. There's people all around too, like there's a Galaxy class, like in Star Trek the Motion Picture, or Star Trek Next Generation. See, the only thing really unrealistic about this is in every Star Trek movie, they're always like, the Enterprise is at here at Earth at Space Dock, and they're like, hey, there's an emergency. Oh my god, this Enterprise only has a skeleton crew, and it just came out of like dry dock from being repaired. And the captain's never been in space before. Someone else got to do it. And they're like, no, the Enterprise is the only ship. Is the only ship in the quadrant. Like, that's both. This probably would be more realistic. But yeah, there's you got old-timey Star Trek ships. There's the Starbase. That's where I was just hanging out. But I like it because there's some wonkiness to this game, but I like the when you beam down to ground combat, it's a little bit iffy, a little bit rough around the edges. But let's see, I'm gonna go. Where do I go to get in my ship? You have to push a button to actually hit this one. There's a button you press to go into your ship. I can't remember what it is. Visit Starship Ridge. The G-Law is Khan. Confirmed. So this is the bridge. Whoops. And I have, these are crew members. They come with me on away missions, and each one gains experience and abilities that adds, like when you're in ship combat, it adds some special abilities to the ship, and so on. When you're in ground combat, they have special abilities they contribute. They just have a seat, the captain's chair. There are different. You can buy different bridges and stuff too, different style bridges. But oh, this is the captain's office. What's in the library files? What can I use this console for? I haven't even looked at half this stuff. Certain missions will give you files you can examine from this console. Alright, well I guess I don't have that mission yet. Contact duty officers. Sir, which department would you like to speak to? Guess I don't have anything for that yet either. And, hello, aquarium. That's nice. And then I think this is like just a bank terminal. Yeah, so you got your own, right off of the bridge, you can go visit your bank. Set up trophies. Let's see. Ships. Miranda. Oh, where did I put the... Oh, there it is. So I think I just made this be up here. Cool. It's the only thing I can... What? Let's see. Do I have anything else I can put up for trophies? Shelf 2. Accolades. I don't have any. Can I just put a bunch of Mirandas everywhere? Yep. So for now, just thinking to have 2. I only have one kind of ship trophy unlocked. So I'll just put copies of that everywhere. Oh, you had lasagna. That sounded... Now, see, that's the downside of having Huel for dinner. So when EV23 comes in, starts talking about posting pictures of lasagna, then I'm like, crap, lasagna sounds really good. Actually, I do have some pizza right here. Hold on. I had pizza earlier and I have one slice. It's cold, but now that you mentioned lasagna, I want to eat it. Alright, there we go. So we can go to crew deck. Now this is where things get a little wonky, because the scale is not exactly immersive. Like in Star Trek, hallways were this gargantuan. I think it's set up for if you have combat and stuff. This is more like MMO scale for stuff to happen. For AIs to navigate. Now one thing is, see this guy came to this door, he walked up, then he walked away. That's because my room's down here. You know what's the leading cause of FOMO? You get the Yule and then you realize, shit, lasagna's real food. I ate Yule. So, witness that this entire hallway, this giant hallway. Now, if you're engineering a ship, and, you know, space on a ship is at a premium. It's very expensive. Takes a lot of resources to, you know, put life support in here. This whole giant hallway. This hallway itself, probably about 4,000 square feet, you know? Just a hallway. All it is a hallway to my room. It's the whole purpose. Well, Brad, someone recently explained to me what FOMO was. Tell when it's time to sleep, you just come in here? Nah, I'm a little dismayed that if I gotta take a star dump, the bathroom doesn't work. Can't go in there. So I just have to pretend. Maybe use the replicator. Be like, can you use the replicator to beam stuff out of you? Or just the stuff you're gonna eat? I don't know. Maybe that's why there's no bathroom. I still don't know what ACAB is. You might even have told me and I missed it. No, there's no shower. Unless that's what this is. I'll give you a little tour of my ship. Over here is sick bay. No, anything's wrong. Come in here. Talk to this guy. His name is Doctor. I'll fix you up. And over here, we have another inexplicably huge hallway. And this is leading to like our 10 forward equivalent lounge, you know? It's where I come get wasted. You pour a drink. I don't understand what's happening right now. Alright, so apparently there's actually some mechanic that happens here that I understand. One of the tips that I got when I was looking at like how to get into this game is there's they piled a million mechanics onto this game, and if you feel like you need to learn everything at once, you're probably gonna rage quit. So just do basic missions, play around, and then over time, you know, if you're still into it, then start digging in, figuring out like maybe there's some complicated mechanic involving the bartender. I don't know. That's the first time I clicked on him. Yeah, this is where you can play blackjack. If you're the crew and you saw your captain running headlong down the hallway, are you concerned? Just another day. They all know when you're on a ship that has unreasonably large, long, pointless hallways. Captain's an important man. He got places to be. He can't be strolling. Through those things. All right. We'll go to engineering. Now see, this actually looks like sets from some of the Star Trek movies. Except everything is twice as big as it should be. Alright, here's engineering. So warp core. Everything's under control. Carry on. Let's see where we got over here. Engineering lab. I don't even know. I even know what they do in here. There's like crafting in this game. Maybe it has to do with that. I've been collecting crafting materials under the assumption that they have some value. haven't quite figured out what you're supposed to do with them. And I find this a little ironic. It's the farthest place that you go away from the bridge. It's where the abnormally large transporter room. The disproportionately, disturbingly huge transporter room. Like, if this were the way they looked in Star Trek when I was a kid, I'd probably had nightmares about it. This looks like a place where people go to, I don't know, to die, to get this, you know. Like, those things get real bright and they just burn you. It's a very scary looking room. Very imposing. So I think that's pretty much the entire tour of my ship. The USS Magistrate. I like this game because it actually does a lot. It puts in a lot of effort to be Star Trek-y. So like, oh, not this. So you get a ship and you can walk around the ship to all the places you'd expect to be able to see. But on the downside, everything just looks a little weird because they scaled it funny. For, you know, I guess MMO reasons. I don't know. Oh, there he is. Then you have to... when you want to just go back to the exterior view, you have to beam out. Because the game, as far as the game thinks, you just left. Alright, so we will warp to Sector. I think I do have a quest in progress right now. Secret Orders. Some I'd like you to look into. Change the course of the war. We have intel suggesting... This is all voice acted, but then I came back to Starbase instead. Klingons are operating a secret weapons facility in the Hiromi cluster. We also believe that the base is under the command of Ambassador Bavat, a controversial figure in Klingon politics. I'd like you to get to the truth of the matter, and soon. To that end, I'm sending one of my top agents to join the mission. You'll find Lieutenant Van Zyl, a very capable officer. Don't hesitate to seek her counsel in the field. Proceed to the Briar Patch and find out what the Klingons are up to. If there are any weapons there, you are to deactivate and destroy them. And, should you encounter the Ambassador, do bring him in. I'd like a word. So, yeah. USS Magistrate, this is Earth Space Dock. You are cleared to warp to Sector Space. Let's do it. So there's sort of an overworld system here. Let's see, let's turn up the full impulse. I guess this would be considered warp at this point. So you don't get in fights out here, but you'll see, like, when there are quest objectives, these are the locations you can go to. I think you maybe can still go to some of these places. There's just really no reason to. Can I go to the Vulcan? And this is, I think, astrometrics. This is supposed to be more like a star map rather than actual space. Oh. Can I, for no reason, go to planet Vulcan? Just because I feel like it. I did go earlier, but I had a mission to go there. Enter Vulcan system. We're playing Star Trek Online, Ethan. Oh, I can beam down. Yeah, beam down the surface. So that's cool. I wasn't sure if I could still visit these places. Without having a mission. Actually, this is a whole different area than I was in before. See, are there resources I can? No, anomalies are like the resource nodes. You scan, you find anomalies, and then you go up to the anomalies and do a close, like, tricorder scan, and then it adds, I think, crafting resources. I don't think there's a whole lot for you to do here, since you can basically buy and sell just from your ship at any point. And then you can also go to the space dock and an Earth sector. Although this guy might be I'm just curious what you can do here. Commodity broker, just like a. I'm not sure what commodity. I can sell stuff. Medical supplies. Are these like trade goods, maybe? I'm not gonna get into it right now, but you know. It does. It's funny because when I was playing a Sith warrior earlier this week, and I was I think I just left Core, man. Live long and prosper. Who's that statue of? He looks like Spock. Why would there be a statue? No, that's definitely Spock, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, I know not to be racist, but I know like a lot of Vulcans, they kind of look alike. They have the same haircut and everything, but I'm pretty sure that was Spock up there. Self-sealing stem bolts. They're like gold. Press latinum. I'm assuming I can't go in here. Hello? No. I think this is the same place I was before. I just didn't realize there was so much I could have explored. Not that I would have had a reason to, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, when I had a mission to pick up an ambassador here and escort them somewhere, we landed. Our shuttle landed over there. And all I did, I just ran straight. The objective was up this hill. And this leads to where in Star Trek 3, when Spock gets like put back into his body. Oh, I think it was over here because I know I came straight up this thing. All right, yeah. So the shuttle landed like over there, and I just ran straight up here. Trying to think, I think because of the Paramount Network thing online, all the Star Trek stuff has been disappearing from all the other streaming services. But I think they still have Deep Space Nine on like either Netflix or Amazon Prime, one of the places I have. Yeah, I think this is where they came in the movies to put Spock's chakra. Was this his chakra? Is that what it was called? His Vulcan spirit that was inside of bones. Put it back into him. So it looks like there's actually, I'm not sure why you would. Maybe there's missions at certain points, but there's a lot of real estate here that I didn't expect. Also, you know, I don't need to be here, so I'm just gonna beam back up. I'm the captain. I'm just like, hey, we're on a mission. You know what? I just want to go to Vulcan. Take us to Vulcan. I just want to poke around a little bit. All right, beam me back up. We can go now. It's good to be the captain. Full impulse engaged. Can I warp out of here? Trans warp. Part system. There we go. Alright, so let's see about this mission that I'm on. No, I don't want to enter the Vulcan system. So this is the world map. I don't know if there's more hidden elsewhere, but I think it's pretty big. I mean, this is like Klingon space. You can see the Klingon icon, Romulan. Is that not sure what that is. I don't know what everything is. I think one of them is the Dominion and one of them is something else. Anyways. They have regular one. What's this? Deep space encounter. Assimilate the barbarians. No, that's not me. This is where we're going. The Briar Patch. Wait, is there a transwarp button? Yeah. So if you click it on the map, it'll just set your course automatically and fly you in that direction. Part of the game, there are missions where you can just do patrols and just random, and you may see as I'm flying, they're just random things. Deep space encounter. I can just go over there and join in, and those are like public things where you go in and there may be other people. It might also be super hard, I'm not sure. But for now, I want to stick to the story. And one thing they have too is it seems like they have a lot of conveniences. So let me see what I'm doing now. These are all the different episodes that are available. I can't, they're not unlocked for me yet, but I'm doing the Klingon War campaign. And let's see, Secret Orders is the one that I'm on. Set course, hail, skip. Sometimes they just flat out give you the option to transwarp there, and transwarp in this game is basically just super fast travel. But right now I think I can only transwarp back to Starfleet. Yeah. So anytime I want to go back to Starfleet, I hit transwarp, select space dock, and hit transwarp, and it'll instantly take me back to Earth. But some of the missions will give you a transwarp button that will take you right to where the mission start is. Patrol Una system? No. Not right now. You can take up patrol missions. I don't have any of those. Starbase 24? Was that one of those? I haven't watched all the Star Trek series. That's why Deep Space Nine I actually started watching because, I think last year. Because I know it's supposed to be really good. And it's one that I never watched. And I've heard that the first couple seasons are a little rough to get into. And I think that's the problem. I've never pushed past that. But I was watching it, was it earlier this year, at the end of last year? That's still only the first season, but I think I got about like 9 or 10 episodes in. Sort of enjoying it, but I wasn't like super hooked. Oh, I can transwarp. Secret Orders. All right, let's do that. Yeah, no, I agree. TNG also is terrible. In fact, I remember when TNG first came out, and I was a huge Star Trek fan. And when I watched the first couple episodes of Star Trek: The Next Generation, I was so disappointed that I just didn't watch it. And I considered myself like a Star Trek kind of fanatic almost. So, no, I could agree with you, Matus. That, like, the Deep Space Nine's first season, it wasn't bad. It just wasn't hooking me. And, yeah, my understanding is it gets good. It gets a lot more like it'll hook people if you give it a chance. Like maybe was it season 3 on? What I've heard. I haven't watched any of the new stuff past. I think I watched the first 2 seasons of Discovery, which we were really enjoying, and it's on our radar. We just have so many other streaming services already, and we're in the middle of watching so many other things right now that we're my wife and I are both in agreement that there will come a time, and maybe the not too distant future, where we will decide it's time to clear a space for Star Trek and sign up for Paramount Plus and watch a shit ton of all the Star Trek stuff. It's just we don't have room for it right now to justify signing up for another service. I don't know. I really enjoyed the first 2 seasons of Discovery. Now, one thing I find for any new thing that comes out, Star Trek, Star Wars, whatever it is there are factions that just hate it. They'll take big dumps all over it, talk about, for example, Red Letter Media. I'm a huge fan of Red Letter Media. I love watching their stuff. I love watching them tear stuff apart, and I don't always disagree with them. But there's a lot of stuff that I enjoyed that they just absolutely hate. And I like the new Star Wars movies, even though I know that in some ways they're ridiculous, and in some ways they're kind of garbage if you try to scrutinize them too closely. Because I watch people tearing them apart and be like, yeah, they're not wrong. Looking at Patrick Stewart forces you to ruminate on death. I am watching, because that's on Hulu, which I am subscribed to, and I have been watching the Orville. I have been watching Orville, and I actually enjoy it. So that's another thing. I guess it's, there's a lot of subjectivity about what's good or what's bad. I feel like the Orville feels very like TNG, DS9, like all Voyager, TNG, and Deep Space Nine all feel like they were filmed with the same sort of, budget, set, design sort of stuff in mind, even though the stories are not exactly the same. Nick, you even hate the original trilogy? Anyway, yeah. So, case in point, a lot of people have very strong opinions, negative opinions about. And then there are some people, like, as each Star Wars movie came out, there were people like, it was amazing, and then after a few weeks, all of a sudden it was like, oh, that's such bullshit, sellout bullshit. And the next one would come out, oh my god, it's amazing, and then this undercurrent of, oh, it's fucking bullshit, and then 30 days later, that's all you hear is, it's bullshit, I hate it, it's bullshit. And like, I know when I went and saw episode 7, it felt really good to see a continuation of the original series after so many years, and seeing some of the original characters again, and seeing Han Solo again, and I don't know, I enjoyed it a lot. But then when I saw the reason people were tearing it down, I was like, okay, yeah, I can see that too. But moment to moment, I enjoyed the experience of watching it. Yeah, no, I don't think the acting in Orville is great. I also don't think the acting in Star Trek: The Next Generation was great. And I think what their performances are, at least their ability to act is on par. What they're doing is entirely different. But I can agree, when I watch, Seth MacFarlane is not, I don't think he's got a lot of range. He's like a sort of a cartoonish actor. Well, I guess I'm used to Family Guy. Whenever I see him, all I can think of is like Brian from Family Guy. I'm like, hey, that's Brian. You can't fool me. I know that's really Brian from Family Guy. you've heard they've turned on the volume with the dick jokes. I've never watched past the first few episodes of season 1, and I enjoyed. Amanda and I started watching them a couple years ago. It became another one of those series that we have many series that are like that. That we're enjoying them. We were enjoying it, but for some reason or another, we just stopped watching it. And she never got an interest to watch it again. And in fact, for her, the reason that she said is because it almost was like it's sort of a sappy show, and they really start setting up these characters to where they're in situations and the relationships are developing that are really sort of tugging on your heartstrings. And I think, I guess if you can get past the acting and let yourself get into it, which could, I agree, Brad, could be a barrier for entry for a lot of people, where they're just like, nope, I just can't get past like how like silly and stupid it is. But I know Amanda's complaint why she didn't want to watch it is because it made her too emotional, and she knew she wanted to watch shows that were less emotionally and not bad emotional, but just like watching movies that make you cry because they're so whatever, like touching or sappy or whatever else. And hey, Joss, I'm gonna say hi to Joss, so that Joss can't say a half hour from now that I ignored him. And oh my gosh, what are you doing here so early, man? It's a good thing I started streaming late. But it's very possible that Orville turned things down a little bit, like turned down the cheese, and that the first season, like so many other TV series, took a while to get its footing, to figure out like what its pacing should actually be like. I don't know if I know the Legends of Vox Machina. I just seem to recall seeing comments from Joss recently, and maybe not so recently, of him coming into the chat, and then me not acknowledging him, not intentionally, but you know. And then like 30 minutes later, him being like, "Gee, yeah, just typical. Gila didn't even say hi to me." Yes, she did. In fact, she said she was going to post a picture of lasagna. I'm going to see if that ever happened. I got jealous because I had a oh my gosh. That looks really good with the garlic. Was that like garlic toast? Garlic bread? Oh, you guys. Yeah, I was really busy, and I'd had pizza for lunch, and I was feeling like something super light, so I had one of my just nutrition smoothies. I felt like something light, simple, and tasty, and sweet. So that's what I had for dinner, and I really wanted that. I mean, I was craving it. I had it. It was exactly what I wanted. But by the time Evie came in here and talked about you guys' lasagna, I was like, oh, geez. Yeah, some real food. That sounds good. Lasagna sounds amazing. Animated series based on Critical Role Season 1. Oh, okay, I think I heard buzz about that coming. I've never been really a fan of Critical Role. Alright, I'm going to do a mission so you guys can see mission before the shushing hour hits. Let's see, this is the person's like envoy. Thanks for having me along, Lieutenant. I look forward to solving this little mystery with you and your crew. As do we, Lieutenant. I can already see their enemy ships over there. Right, to business. Long-range sensors are picking up several Klingon battle groups. They appear to be placing self-replicating disruptor cannon turrets throughout the region of space. If we don't take those cannons now, this entire asteroid belt will be bristling with Klingon defenses. Thank you for the suggestion. Anything else? while the composition of this nebula will make maneuvering at high speeds impossible. In addition, the Briar Patch contains pockets of Matreon gas. The gas is highly reactive to weapon fire. It could be very dangerous. Starfleet recommends that we keep at least 4 kilometers away from any gas cloud. This should keep us safely out of range if one of them happens to ignite. Keep a distance of 4 kilometers. Got it. However, the gas can also be used as a weapon. Do you remember the Riker maneuver? If we detonate the pockets of gas when the Klingons are close to them, they'll do a lot of our work for us. Alright, we're destroying Klingon disruptor turrets. Alright, we're still going to talk some more. Okay. Lieutenant, as you are aware, the Matreon cloud in the system require us to maintain a low impulse speed or risk damage to the ship. You sound like you have an idea. I do. It's a little on the radical side. Let's hear it. Now, the funny thing is, earlier on, there was a lot more voice acting. It seems like the further I get, the less there's voice acting. I think if we modify Bussard collectors to filter out only a percentage of the Matreon particles, then we could extract the energy to go to full impulse without risk to the ship. I'm not exactly sure what percentage that might be, though. Oh, see, my guy is, you choose your background. It could be engineering, tactical, or science. I chose engineering. If my captain I chose in a science background, I would have had a special option to carry out this plan that she's concocting. But because I don't, all I can say is too risky. We'll adhere to Starfleet guidelines for speed on this mission. I think I just blew up a cloud. Gas. Alright, so I guess the idea is I can't go to full impulse. So right now I'm at like full thrusters, but impulse is like a whole different matter. Alright, these things are making me nervous. I'm just gonna... It's too volatile. I'm afraid I'm gonna run into them. Oh, there's a cruiser right there. I probably could have got him in that. Alright, we're gonna hit him with this. I've got all my torpedoes in the rear. And all my phasers are up front. Yeah, I do have got to resist the impulse for full impulse for sure. Fire photon torpedoes! Full spread. Well, this ship is running away? Oh, whoops. Now the thing is, this guy's not hurting me that much. Maybe I can trick him into going into this gas. He's not really hurting me that much, but normally ships don't take this long to take down. Yeah, he's barely even damaging my shields. There he goes. Now, if you're too close to them when they blow up, you can actually damage your ship, too. Alright, I am seeing this, like... Oh, scanning? This is a crafting material. You have to match that up. The wavelengths in sync. Alright, waveform matched. That's how you do mining. Just a little mini game. Just rather, should I be clearing that stuff out? It makes me nervous. But I'm also thinking, like, the reason it took that thing so long to destroy is because I'm not taking advantage of the explosive gas buckets. Alright, well, that's one down. It is kind of, it's kind of a pain to not be able to use full impulse. Because that's normally really how you get around. From when you're in this sort of like local space. It's how you get from one objective to the other. When in doubt, modulate the phasers and shoot again. That's fair. Okay. That's a disruptor beam turret. I'm wondering if I can lure that thing into a cloud of gas. Egads! Alright, this is getting a little hectic. Oh, I'm very close to that gas. I'm much closer to that gas than I'm supposed to be. Oh, I didn't realize I'm getting, like, totally surrounded right now. All right. You might hit my raid button. Let me see, which one was that again? Do I not have it activated here? Huh. It seems like my shortcut's not working for that. I mean, I activated that by manually hitting it in OBS. But it used to be like if I hit shift period, it would make that happen. All right, this is sensors are picking up energy signatures near the large asteroid. Looks like defense turrets guarding a facility on the asteroid surface. Judging by the layout I'm reading here, there's a KDF military research station built into the asteroid. I think it's worth investigating. Our Klingon friends are up to some mischief in that base, I'll wager. Alright, where's that at? Well, I'm already over here. And there's a resource anomaly in this direction as well. One advantage of having to go a long way is I can do close zooms on my ship and, like, look how nice my ship looks. The USS Magistrate. So I'm thinking that's the giant thing they were talking about. There's a whole bunch of disruptor beam turrets over there. I was hoping maybe that the cloud would be in the middle of all those turrets. Oh, I took some damage off of that. I actually took some hull damage from that. That gas is no joke. I'm kind of wishing I had some photon torpedoes up front. That's where if I can upgrade to the Constitution class, I can have phasers and photon torpedoes in front and back. That did the trick. You know you succeeded when they play the Star Trek music. Excellent. The defenses have been neutralized. We should be able to proceed. With your permission, I'll join the away team. I believe they're standing by, awaiting your orders. Yes, beam to the station. They get to see the epic combat. Yeah, the ground areas too, like, I see a lot of, like, in some locations, flickering textures and weird shadow problems. The game's got a little bit of jank to it. Heads up, I'm reading several Klingons in the area, but my tricorder is also picking up 2 additional life signs ahead. Hostages, perhaps. Alright, let's see what we got. 2 anomalies in the area. Oh, let me get the big gun out. Actually, no, I think this phaser is pretty good. Ow! Should I have stepped away from that door? I feel like I was way too close to that door. So you want to pop behind this thing and shoot me? Okay, no. Doesn't seem like it. I mean, I really admire that they're trying. I mean, they got the ingredients of Star Trek pretty well. Like, you do the space combat, and then you beam down on foot and do, like, combat in person. It's just some of it's just a little bit of jank. It's not the smoothest, most well executed, you know, thing going on. Wait, as Joss would say, weird looking game. Well, yep, it's a little bit of jank. Okay, these look like... Are they bad? Oh, there are bad guys here. Alright. It's good. Stuff to pick up. We'll rescue you in a second. I got crates to open. Take junk I don't know what it's for. Hypos. Oh, hold on. Before I get too carried away with the mission, I gotta scan this anomaly. Like the old KOTOR games? We're just doing rescue? Alright.
Thank you. These Klingons have had me designing weapons for them at Disruptor Point. The scientists who finished their research are taken away. We are the only 2 left.
See, this is where I'm kind of like, yeah, they added a main character just for this mission that's with our crew. And they don't voice act any of her stuff, but like random Dr. Everly, she gets a bunch of voice dialogue, so that's a little jank. Okay, rescue both scientists and then destroy the experimental weapons. Got it. Alright, can we It's a little pathing issue back there. Alright, guys.
I'd be happy to tell you what I know, but ask fast. I'm going to the shuttle bay and getting out of here.
See, the voice acting is loose.
I'm an independent
here.
researcher. Word got out that an interested party was paying a lot of latinum for simple projects. It sounded like a good deal. Then I got here, found out the Klingons were my new employers, and the good deal was work or die. I
Yeesh.
should have known better.
So, Skull Sphinx, that was actually something I thought about mentioning today, is based on the new stuff that's been coming out in the last few days that I've seen about Starfield, I am now allowing myself to have some hype. It looks like it could be pretty cool, but it also, as with always with Bethesda, you gotta wait and see what comes out. Sometimes when it comes out, you have to give the community a chance to fix it first. I don't know, we'll see. But I am getting hyped for Starfield. Like, the more that I see about Starfield, the more I feel like it could end up being a really good game. Yeah.
There used to be about 20 of us working on various projects. As people completed their work, they would disappear. I heard one of the Klingons say that my time was up. You got here just in time.
Oh, gee. Hey, what's up, Stone? What's up? I'm looking forward to Elder Scrolls 6 too, but I think that's still like 5 years out, so I'm a little disappointed in their how long it's been taking them to release things. No, we have to put all our efforts in developing Fallout 76, so sorry you gotta wait 5 more years for Elder Scrolls 6. It is as Star Trek Online. Alright, what do you know about Ambassador Bavat?
Bavat is the one
Bavat.
running this whole operation. I overheard him say he's keeping the Klingon Empire strong by prolonging the war with the Federation. He thinks that unless the Klingons have an enemy on which to focus their energies, they'll fight amongst themselves and tear the Empire apart. I kind of hope he's right.
So Starfield is basically Bethesda's next main release. Bethesda Game Studios does Skyrim and Fallout, and it's essentially a Bethesda-styled RPG set in space, where you have a spaceship and you fly around and go to different worlds and stuff. But what I got excited about was just seeing certain things, like during they do have like character classes. Character creation seems a little more RPG-ish. So they're reaching back to some of their older roots and how they did character design with like character traits and positive and negative traits during character design, and base classes that provide like backgrounds and explain like proficiency in certain skills. And just seeing that they're putting the kind of effort to bring more of an RPG. Fuck. Okay, sorry.
He hasn't
I didn't realize that shit was gonna respawn. I thought once I killed all the Klingons in the room, I could just engage in dialogue. Are the rest of them gonna respawn now too? Alright, I probably better finish this dialogue.
I'd be happy to tell you what I know.
So
but
what are you gonna
as
do
it
now?
is, I'm heading for the hangar, finding the first ship that will fly, and getting out of here. I'm done working for Klingons. Some of them are honorable, but Bavat cannot be trusted. His desire for war with the Federation has blinded him.
My impression is that Starfield is something that they've wanted to release for like 20 years. And it's just they just haven't had a chance to do it. So they made room for it. And they've been spending a lot of time developing it.
The Klingons are planning something big. They have been forcing us to design weapons. They want improved disruptors and torpedoes for their ships. But some of their demands have been very specific.
Specific? How so?
They want a weapon that can punch through solid neutronium, which is impossible. And they keep talking about torpedoes, with payloads big enough to destroy a small planet.
Oh, torpedoes. That sounds like it's a little Star Wars. They're making a Death Star. Is that what's going on? Were they successful in designing these weapons?
There are prototypes of some of the new weapons in the laboratory here, as well as schematics on the base computers. If I were you, I'd destroy the prototypes and the schematics. Neither side needs that kind of destructive power.
Genesis! Genesis Planet Forbidden! Both scientists are safe. See, this is the person, the main character from this little quest line, and she's not voice acted. She should be totally voice acted. Thankfully, oh yeah, I suggest we locate those weapons now. We can set up explosive charges and remotely detonate them when we return to the ship. Good idea. Let's find those weapons, eh? Yep, good old breaching the door, setting the explosives, and sticking your face right into them as it goes off. Was it 25 years ago, Skull Sphinx? Hey, oh, a stone. So I haven't played a lot of this game, but based on what you're telling me, I'm under the impression that you've done some time in Star Trek Online. Maybe. It's one of those games I picked up a few times over the years, and I've always been like, yeah, I could see myself really getting into it. But then there's also a lot of jank, too. And a lot of stuff where it's, like, frustrating. Like, I don't really enjoy the ground combat. I like the space combat. But I like the fact that they have ground, like, away missions. Like, that really makes it Star Trek, even though the ground missions feel a little like, eh. Is that everything? No, it looks like they still got people booming in. All right. Was that everything? When you heard about this game, you decided right away that you didn't want to be part of it. Star Trek fanboy community would make it unplayable. Honestly, I don't know if that's the case. I mean, rumor has it that the community in this game is actually pretty good. But I don't know, I don't know if there are elements that are insufferable, or if by pretty good means pretty good if you're a crazy fanboy. Plant spatial charge. Okay. Now remember, we're going to blow this remotely, not in my face right now, right? Do you have to actually ever talk to people? I don't know if you realize this, Brad, but I've been talking to a ton of people. My character himself does not have voice acting, though. Oh, spice pudding. That sounds good. Personal shield MK2? Oh, what's that? Plant spatial charge. It was designed to be Ratus proof. Can I pause the game? I didn't even realize that. Is that what that means? I can pause the game? That I didn't even. I think I noticed that button down there before, but I didn't really know it. I didn't know what it meant. All right, just making sure my bags aren't getting filled up. Ooh, okay. Here's an anomaly for me to scan. Oh, other way. Tulsberry, huh? I don't know what most of the crafting loot stuff is for. It looks like crafting material. I'll save it for later. What is this? Ground device. Consumed on use. Oh, it's like a heal over time. Okay. Well, yeah, of course I found Thornton particles. It's better than the shield I got on. No. But someone else, what, Elisa Flores, like this fancy MK2 shield? Here, put this on. Wait a minute. That one might be better than the one I've got. I just realized. Yeah, that is better. I'm gonna put that shit on. Here. Elisa Flores, you put this on. And then Cole, we'll just go down the line. Coles, you can get the MK2. Actually, no, his is better than this right now. This shield? That's what it was. Put that on. There you go. And hello, TF Streaming. I'm doing pretty good. It's getting late. I'm probably gonna need to wind down soon. But I started late today. A little busy. We're camping. Camping tomorrow. I've been working extra hours all week long so that I could leave, have a half day tomorrow to leave and go camping. So we're looking forward to that. There's a computer core nearby. Let's see if we can upload its contents to your ship's computer. The data we find may give us insight about how the Klingons were planning to use these weapons. We may even find hints of Bavat's ultimate plan. Sweet. Alright, where is this computer? Looks like it's up here. Download computer data. Downloading. I need to have a good computer voice. Downloading, Captain. Uh-oh. I think more people just showed up. Hey! Alright. That was over quickly enough. No, I want to take my loot first. Why are you going to ask me to beam up when I'm in the middle of looting the dead? Vulcan spice tea. Tasty. Well, I mostly sleep in the house, but we actually like sleeping in the tent. Last time we went camping a couple weeks ago, it was pouring rain the whole time. Which in some ways was an interesting experience, because we have a huge canopy, so we were able to set up tables to cook, and all of our chairs fit under there, and so we were able to stay dry. And it was kind of nice sleeping under the tent and having the tent, because it stayed dry inside the tent. That was the most rain we'd ever experienced in the tent. I mean, it's Oregon, so we've run into rain here and there, but like it was literally the whole weekend pouring. And that's kind of cool to be laying in a tent, sleeping like just through the night, and the tent getting rained on. The sound of the rain hitting a tent is pretty awesome. Well, you know, camping is not for everybody. Not everyone's into it. I've always kind of liked the idea of going outside and sleeping outside, and I like being in the tent. Like, I don't know if I could do cowboy camping. That's what they call it when you just like throw a pad down in a sleeping bag and sleep on the ground, like outdoors. Because then I'd be like, nah, bugs and centipedes are gonna get on me, and rats are gonna crawl on me and shit like that. Snakes. But a good tent that's, you know, you seal it up, and like we got it nice where it's tall. It's a 10 by 10, and it's a little over 6 foot dome tent, like 6 foot high, so you can stand up when you get changed. You go in there, and then we got 2 cots we set up, so it's like beds in there, and they're comfortable. And so it's just neat going out there and finding a spot. I mean, we've only got a campgrounds, but some of them feel pretty wildernessy, and it's kind of cool going out and like setting up a camp, setting up a tent, setting everything up, and then just like that's kind of like your little home that you just made for a couple days. Oh, I like that. Again, like I had family members where the whole family go camping, and then we had an aunt and uncle that would just go stay in a hotel 5 miles away. It's like, all right, you know, it's not everyone enjoys that. Sleep in a hammock. We have hammocks. I never considered sleeping the night in a hammock, but I know my brother-in-law actually slept in a hammock for several months for a period of time, and he says it could be, once you really figure out how to lay in it so your legs aren't being forced in weird positions, that it can be pretty comfortable. Give you your climate control. Well, that's one thing that it gets warmer here in the summer, obviously, but when it's like in the 50s, you know, outside, like I really like that temperature. You have like a sweater on, you just dress a little warmly, and it's perfectly comfortable just sitting around outside in that temperature. What I don't like is when it gets hot, and then you can't really get away from it. You slept in a hammock one night when you were 23, rips your back to shreds. Try your current age, you'd have to walk in. So what I've been assured is that if you learn how to lay in the hammock correctly, you can distribute your weight so that you're actually, like, your body is laid out more or less flat. It involves like sleeping at a certain angle across the hammock, and then it kind of creates a situation where you can sort of be aligned in a non-destructive way to your body. So you like camping, but I would like if it was 100 degrees or more. You know, who am I kidding? If it's more than like somewhere around 80, low 80s is about the point where I'm like, nah, I don't think I want to be out there anymore. It's a secret that sailors won't share with the shorebound. Well, the fact of the matter is my brother-in-law served in the Marines, so I don't know if he slept in hammocks there, and that's where he learned it. My brother-in-law is really interesting. He's done a ton of different things. And he's like one of these people, he'll get an idea like, I want to try this. Like, I want to spend the summer at the North Pole at some research station. All right. I want to go, you know, like one time he just decided he was going to go to Boston. Like randomly just go to Boston. I'm trying to remember, did he ride his bike to Boston, or he just went to Boston with his bike and then barely brought any money and just like, I think he just lived borderline like a hobo for like 2 or 3 weeks just to be like whatever, and then he came home and lived a normal life again. But he spent a few months trying like van living just to see if he thought it was tenable, and that's where he had a hammock set up in his van, and that's how he slept. And he said it was actually really comfortable. You have a long plane ride, and smart people bring hammocks for plane rides? What? Sounds like nonsense. Most of the plane rides I've ever been on, you're just jammed into a little seat next to 3 other people that are also jammed in little seats. And you've got 3 inches in front of you for your knees, and your hands, your arms are basically in everybody else's lap. Oh, you're talking about military plane. Okay, never mind. My wife is now in book 3 of The Wheel of Time. She's gotten further than I have. For the first couple years, because I've been sort of plugging at it for a couple years now. I'm very slow with books because I don't read every day, and I also jump around books too. Surprise, surprise. But I'm getting near the end of book 2, but she'd always kept saying. I had another friend too. It's in the first book when they're just in their home village, and there's a point where they're getting ready for a festival, and a wagon. They go into town and they're unloading the ale off of a wagon at the inn. And both my wife and another friend of mine both stalled out. They're like, yeah, at the point where they got to the inn and they're unloading the wagon, they introduced like 10 new characters all at once, and I just couldn't. I just stopped. So my wife, for years, just said, oh, are you reading the wagon stories? It's a story about wagons. And I'm like, oh yeah, so many wagons. Loading wagons, unloading wagons, being introduced to everybody at the inn that the wagons are unloading onto. All right, well, I'm going to beam back up. Let's see, do I have any more anomalies? Nope, we got everything here we go. All right. 6 to beam up then, you know? Or I guess 5, and we'll just pretend the 6-1 beamed up. I think technically she's supposed to be. She's not a regular part of our crew. I think that's why the game was like, oh, we only beam up crew members. The car of time, the 4th wheel.
Face to face at last with one of the Federation's greatest officers. I've read much about you, though I'm not as impressed as our intelligence agents are. After all, you were rather easily led to this system by a few well-placed pieces of bait. I've had pet dogs with more sense.
Wow, rude.
I have everything I need from the research station, but I must say, humiliating a Federation war criminal is, as the humans say, an added bonus. Try to stop us if you must. However, I won't think poorly of you if you walk back to Earth with your tail between your legs, there to whimper at your master's feet. You have lost this day. Victory is mine, and mine alone. Kapla!
Kapla! Tactical, what's the situation? Never mind about that, Lieutenant. We have more immediate concerns. I'm reading several Klingon ships on sensors. Looks like they're attempting to escape the system. Looks like they're trying to use the asteroid belt to mask their warp core signatures. If we hurry, we should be able to intercept them. Stop Klingon ships before they can escape with the experimental weapons. Oh, shit. Alright. Yep, having these rear-mounted photon torpedoes might have been a questionable decision. Where is he going? Oh yeah, I'm supposed to intercept these guys. Alright, hit him with the photons. Full spread. There we go. Yeah, I don't know if going after that battlecruiser, am I supposed to? They seem to suggest there were a bunch of other things. Alright, check this out. Okay. Fire that photon torpedoes. Alright. I don't want to depart yet. Let's see. Won't be getting his hands on those experimental weapons, and we covered a lot of actionable intel. I'm transmitting the data we pull from the computer core to Starfleet intelligence. Here's hoping to give us the edge we need to bring an end to this conflict once and for all. I'm not leaving yet because I want to see if there's any more anomalies nearby. No, that's too far away. Screw it. Yeah, let's get out of here. Anomalies are basically like mining, like resource nodes for crafting, and so it's not like you have to get every last one. Let's see.
I've read the after-action report filed by Lieutenant Van Zyl. Pity we weren't able to apprehend Bavat, but I'm glad we shot that weapons facility down. Nicely done. As for that weapons research the Klingons were conducting, Starfleet has some of our best people analyzing the data you recovered. We'll find out what Bavat and his people were doing there soon enough. There's a lot more intel to analyze, and I suspect we'll be working again soon. Klingons don't tend to think small, and we'll need the best we can get to deal with Bavat and his... Machinations.
Let's see, what can I add here? We'll do engineering station.
Admiral Quinn says you're the right officer for this job.
Is that the next quest in this progress, episodes, Klingon War. The Doomsday Device. Okay, so that is the next quest in the sequence.
Starfleet intelligence needs your help.
You know what? I'm going to skip that for right now. Because I'm not going to do another mission. And then
Starfleet intelligence needs your help.
We're just going to transwarp back to Earth. But I guess if he's going to make me take it and be pushy about it, maybe I'll just take it right now. Just I know last time I took a mission and then I logged off because I wasn't ready to do anymore, and then I had to read the whole thing over again. Well, I just did a mission, Brad. I did a multi-part sequence of missions. I go baseball in holosuits with Cisco and Buck. I don't know who that is. So yeah, there's my ship. The USS Magistrate. Pretty sweet. I like that the close up where you can see. There's all those whatever those things are, where they build the ships and stuff. Dry dock. Is that called dry dock? Those things. Buck Buckeye, the greatest baseball player of all time. See, well, and this may shock you, but I don't know a whole lot about baseball. You're telling me to do another mission? I just saw that, Brad. Brad, it's a shushing hour. So what I will do to prolong this experience is I'm just going to, instead of hitting the dock button, I'm going to manually go all the way to the space dock doors. And then it's just going to be like I pushed the dock button. Maneuvering thrusters only. I kind of wish they'd let me fly around inside. That would please me. Let's do a stealth mission. It's a shushing hour. Oh, I can beam down to Starfleet Academy too. All right, take me down to Starfleet Academy. I want to go to San Francisco. Oh, he's in Deep Space Nine. Okay. Well, see, there's a Star Trek reference that I don't know. Look, I'm in the Starfleet Academy. This is a nice place to go for a walk. Very beautiful campus. Beautiful campus. Can I scan stuff? There's no anomalies. I wouldn't expect there to be a ton of anomalies. What's this? At the end of their watch, each captain enters the undiscovered country. We honor those who have gone before and with passion and dedication chartered our course through the stars. That's nice. They've even, looks like they even have, like, the tide coming. The waves out there. I don't know if they actually ever make it to shore. I'm watching. Yeah, it does. I can see a wave making its way over here. Although they don't allow us to walk someplace where we can watch the waves crashing. Here, let me switch weapons to something a little less. Having the little thing on my hip feels better. It just looks better to carry a little sidearm than have a full-on rifle walking around Starfleet Academy. 3rd Fleet, class of 2404. The 602 Club. This is the place, it is the place to see and be seen. And it feels like it's a very well regulated location. People get a little rowdy, then security officer will take care of it. Does this game have a little Anbo Jutsu? Brad, I feel like as much as I say I was like a Star Wars geek, you know a lot more than I do. I just watched Star Trek's 1 through 6 a ridiculous number of times. That's my claim to fame. Anything I can... Ooh, the holodecks. Want to, can I have some sort of perverted sex holodeck program? Isn't that what you use these for? Load, Horror Odyssey 3.0. No? Maybe because it's the Academy, they have safety filters. I have to go... But I don't notice, on my ship, I don't think I saw there was a holodeck. Oh, it's... maybe I have seen it, I just haven't associated it with that term. Nope, can't go in there. Hey, I was just in Holodeck 2 and I couldn't get Horror Odyssey 3.0 to work. What gives, man? He doesn't know either. I think a Ferengi would know. It's just come with a squeegee. It should. Let's see. Nope. Nope. Right, these training holodecks are bullshit. How's a Starfleet cadet supposed to blow off steam in this place? It's kind of nice. Nice place to hang out. What is this? Is this, do they do important shit in here? This looks like an important room. Who's this guy? He is the Commandant of Starfleet Academy. Alright, this is an important place. It's got a Commandant. Go in the water? Can I swim? Oh, that's off-putting. Okay. So, you can go in the water, but you can't swim. It's sort of, you just sort of run through it. Poop in the Commandant's desk drawer? You see. Here we got. Okay, there's all the dance. I just noticed there's so many So many emojis here. I was just gonna see if there was one that would adequately serve for pooping in a drawer. Gapla! No, that doesn't look like pooping in a drawer. Dice, push-ups. There's a lot of stuff here. Sit, stool. Oh my gosh! Alright, I bet one of those... Now that's unnatural. Just sink into the ground. You are one. You run under the water. Yeah, that's... He's like, look at me, I am swimming like a human being. Yay, human. As a human, I love swimming. I did wear my Under Armour hat earlier. I'm not wearing it right now. I had to be on camera earlier for, we had like a team. It wasn't like a formal meeting. But we had to be on cam for it. So I put my Under Armour. I need a haircut real bad right now. She looks like she's wearing the original Star Trek outfit. Oh, this is an actual player. Now I feel like a perv. It's sort of like I just ran up and sniffed her ass. She's like, what is this? Is he like a dog? I just was like, oh, she's wearing like old school 60s shit. Oh, here's... Look at all this. Oh, this is gorgeous. Well, fashion is kind of a thing here. Let's see, where am I going to beam up to? Let's beam up to Space Dock. Up, see, there's some freaky deaky texture flickering going on. Usually Starfleet Academy is pretty good about not being. But I was on one mission where there were a bunch of... You had to put out a bunch of fires. And I think all the active fires overloaded the game engine. And it was... The whole place was the flicker fest. At first I was worried maybe my graphics card was overheating. Because I haven't seen that kind of bullshit happen unless the graphic card was like failing. But, oh, my graphics card was running cool as a cucumber. It's just the game.
Hello. You can alter your uniform and look here.
So, yeah. Cosmetics are... Let's see. Now, this is what I want. The Wrath of Khan movie uniforms. But they cost like the premium currency to get. I don't know if there's a way to get them in-game. There might be. Here. Well, I'll get the old school uniform and then go bald. It's a good combination of actions. To reflect my boomer status. Ooh, Dragon's Dogma 2. I'll keep an eye out for that. Now that I think about it, I don't think I ever completed Dragon's Dogma 1. I was just about to beat it, and then I decided to check out the expansion content. And then I had enough Dragon's Dogma, but I think I was like right at the end. It's a cool game. But yeah, look at all these I could wear this. Be pretty rocking. That's not super exciting. They've got... Let me see. What is this? Picard? Oh, this is like this specific Picard outfit. Is it coming out on console first? The original Journey of Dragon's Dogma it was on console, and then like 7 years later it came out on PC. Deep Space Nine TV uniforms. Now see, I gotta pay for this, but this feels very similar to the uniforms that I already did. Next generation movie uniforms that I already have. Can I wear this? Oh yeah. Here, I'll do this and I'll wear a visor. And then I'll do the robot. I'll go into the space club, dance club, and do the robot. I think this one I can use for free if I want to. The new standard start. All right, so I can actually use this if I want to. I don't know. This looks a little too modern and sleek. Do I really want that? Looks a little bit too cool. Black Sierra. Yeah, that's pretty sleek. And that comes with free to play. Sierra experimental flight suit. Kind of cool. There's kind of cool options. If this were red, it would look almost like hold on. Here, we'll try this. See how this looks actually wearing it, because it shows yellow here, but once it get out of the screen it might oh nah, I want it to be red. Can I change that? Yeah. I think that was the same, except down below they had darker. Hold on. Boop, lower. Oh, go all the way dark. Can I get any darker? See how he looks running around.
Now you're looking sharp.
Hey. Yeah, check that out. What about the rest of the crew? They're still wearing their old duds, though?
Hello. You can
Because you can alter the rest of the crew, too. Bridge officers. So I'd have to change all of them. Let's see. So we'll just, she's like my first officer. We'll just have her. She'll get
now
the
you're
cool,
looking sharp.
she'll get the cool suit that matches the captain's. Everyone else gets to wear the old school uniforms. All right, excuse me. Now that I got my new duds, it's time to go to Club 47. Do the robot. All right, my favorite trio is right here. All right. Yep, you're right, Nick. He's unnaturally good at doing the robot. Let's mix it up. He's not really mixing it up, is he? Okay, maybe just a little bit. Yeah, okay, he's getting into his groove now. Go, Captain Hawk! Captain Hawk tearing up the dance floor. Yep, I could spend hours in here, really. This sort of place on a Friday night, and I don't drink that much, but I could see myself get my drink on a Friday night, coming down to Club 47. Is that what this place is called? 47? Getting my dance on, see if I can unlock more dance emojis. Just like in real life. That's right. It's a big galaxy, Joss. There's a lot going on. Sometimes you just gotta dance. Other times, you gotta just log off. Wait, what did I say? Log off? Exit. There we go. Oh, I forgot. I haven't done anything to try to get the D-framed Norris the Grey onto the scene here. But, you know, it's been a busy week. And just Huel stay on the dance floor. I could just see adding some, that would work. My strawberry Huel with a little Bacardi, like the coconut rum. Yeah, add some of that. That'd be pretty good. Get my Huel drink on, you know. Slay the dance floor. I could see the way the Huel looks. If you put that into like a cocktail glass, it could look like the kind of weird sci-fi drink that they serve at 10 Forward. They serve some weird looking drinks. Maybe throw a little blue food coloring in it. Bacardi. Yeah, Captain Bacardi rum. Feel like Captain Morgan's. No, it's real. Yeah. No. I mean, one might suggest that it has roughly the consistency of bone meal. Depending on who you ask. Oh, it all makes perfect sense to me. I went over it once. I don't feel like going over it now. In fact, I have tidied up the desktop quite a bit. So I've eliminated a lot of things, but essentially, like the games I'm currently playing are always the ones on the right side. And then the rest, like on the bottom left, is a collection of what were like most of the MMOs. When I'm playing MMOs, they're all down there. And then just in general, what I kind of like to have is all of the games that I have installed. I like to be able to just look at my desktop and just browse my own desktop. So, and I like the desktop for that purpose because you can organize the desktop. You can't do that in folders where you just like put the icons wherever you want them to be in your own like free form way. All you can do is sort them in different ways. Well, there's smoothies. I'm not sure. I mean, if you think smoothies do not look appetizing, then you will not think Huel looks appetizing. And then they've got the savory heels, which are they're always introducing new ones and expanding. So they go out of mac and cheese. If you saw prepared Huel mac and cheese, it looks just like mac and cheese. So whether or not that looks appetizing depends on whether you think mac and cheese looks appetizing. Yeah, I think usually if they show an ad, like I've seen them pushing. I was first introduced to Huel through an ad. That was, I think it just showed one of their savory Huels, and they either look like they basically look like chili or a lot of them sort of porridge-ish, like it's a lot of Thai curries and things like that. Which I like. There's a lot of different flavors and textures, and I enjoy it. But it all boils down to like powdery stuff. The mac and cheese has actual like macaroni noodles and stuff in it, but the base Huel is like a powdery stuff that has all the nutrition and stuff in it. So like in the mac and cheese, for example, I think most of the nutrition actually comes from what would be the cheese sauce. So, but yeah, I know the savory Huel the ads I saw, it looked sort of basically like a chili or something like that. Which for me, it was, that's what my whole thing is, especially working from home. Like for some reason, well, no, I was going to say maybe I was better about it when I worked, when I was at work. But when I used to work at work, I'd go to the vending machines. And every day I would spend like $6 on a sandwich and like a little salad, like a Cobb salad or something. And so I didn't have to worry about prepping my food. It wasn't the most economical solution, but that's what I did every day when I was at work. And when I was at home, I'm just not good about like, oh, we're going to batch a bunch of food ahead of time, or I'm going to make my lunch the night before or something like that. It's always like, I just don't want to be bothered. So that's where I started looking into some of these like pre-made meal alternatives, and there's the ones that are more like TV dinners, but you don't want to make like, it's not like I'm a super, you may or may not realize this, but I'm not like a super duper health obsessed person, but I also don't want to make a decision to make my regular routine intentionally be terrible for me. It's like I want to have my basic routine to be somewhat healthy, and then the problem then is like we find too many exceptions to treat ourselves. But the baseline of our plan, like the way that we treat our general normal plan, is eating relatively healthy. We keep healthy foods in the house. So Huel is super healthy though. And that's where I was like, almost like if I was a dog. Like if I could have people food where it's just, you just pour some in a bowl at lunchtime and then I go and eat the people food like you do with just like a dog. You're here, Ryan, come eat your people food. Then I go and eat out of the dish, and I'm like, I had lunch, That's a little bit the mentality that I had. It's like, can we just have like people food. And what kind of makes sense, Huel stands for, human fuel. So it's sort of conceptually exactly what I was looking for. Except you add hot water to it, and it becomes various things. He'll prefer real food like Taco Bell and Burger King. That's got a lot more substance to it. I think that's a lot more satisfying than eating Huel, but Huel is destroying my innards. And Huel is, you can joke that it looks disgusting, and it is what it is. It's not like disgusting, but it is what it is. It's not like, oh, it looks like this amazing. It's like filleted salmon and butter sauce, and on the side, like, with a garnish of dill and scalloped potatoes slightly basted with, whatever. It's like, okay, well, yeah, maybe that's when you're like, that's what I want to eat. That's really good. That's nothing less. And then it's like, you see me eating Huel, and it's like, oh, that looks like disgusting gruel. It's like, well, yeah, like a tube. Yeah, seriously, I just like tilt my head up and suck the Huel out of the tube. This is my people food. Oh no, Joss, no, I know. Mostly it's Brad that gives me shit about Huel. And then I kind of provoke him. I'll direct Huel related Twitter posts at him on occasion, like I did this evening. Because I was really busy earlier, and I also had pizza for lunch, so I didn't want anything. I don't know, I felt like some more simple food. So I actually had a Huel shake for dinner. I had a strawberry Huel shake with added bananas and blueberries and plain yogurt. And it was exactly what I wanted, and it was really good. That was the sound the first man made while objecting. Huel. Yeah, that's good. It's good. It's a good one, Nick. But oh god, I just look, it's 11:40. I gotta go, guys. Gotta work tomorrow, and then we're going straight into camping. That's one thing. My wife has Fridays off, so she's got a little time before we do these camping trips to prepare. But that's why today, in order so she didn't have to do everything herself, I wasn't sure I was going to be able to stream because we hadn't done a lot of the prep that we were planning to do. So needed to spend some time packing stuff up, getting stuff ready to go in the car. And as a matter of fact, I just realized I had a little laundry. I don't think I finished the drying cycle on. Totally forgot about that. All of our warm hoodies. We have our Carhartt hoodies with the thermal insides to keep you warm. And we had a whole laundry load of just those in the dryer. It went through one cycle, but I think with those, they're heavy enough that we need to usually do a second cycle to make sure they're dry all the way through. So, yeah. But so all week long I work an extra hour a day, and then where we're camping is 3 or 4 hours away. So I work an extra hour every day so that I can take a half day off on Friday and still have my full, not have to use vacation time, because we want to save vacation time for bigger chunks, bigger blocks of time. So yeah, getting out of work and going immediately to the car to drive 4 hours to go set up a camp, it's a little jarring. It ends up being a very long day. Not that it's a bad day, but it's a long day. That's not very restful. Excuse me. So yeah, that's why, in short, ladies and gentlemen, I need to go. But I thank you all for being here. I was a little worried. I didn't start streaming till 9. And I'd already posted something suggesting I probably wasn't going to stream. So I was half expecting I would start streaming and like nobody would show up. And then later people would be like, oh, I thought you weren't going to stream. It's like, no, I did. But look, all my favorite people showed up. So, good night, Evie23. Good night, Nixie. Good night, Joss. Good night, Brad. Good night, Stone. Good night, Skull Sphinx. I don't know if Skull Sphinx still there. Good night, Skull Sphinx. Good job with that lasagna, buddy. Good night, Matus. I know Matus is still here, but Matus. I know Matus likes to stick around for the lullaby. So, I haven't heard anything from him for a little while. You were worried you weren't gonna be able to visit the bank. Yeah, I know. I know. Yeah, no, I had a nice time too. I streamed a little later to make up for it. I still streamed almost 3 hours. Anyways. Alright, let's dim the lights. You know the drill. Dim the old lights and then wait, nope, hold on. Wrong one. I almost did the non-Norris the Grey edition. Go to sleep and good night. Your eyes are getting so heavy. Go to sleep now. Brad Pritchard, Nick C, Evie23, Stone Raven, Matus. If you're still down in Skull Springs, I'll be waiting for you in your dreams. You